They probably wouldn't mind though, right? With the last pick in this phase, and then you get 2 bans immediately to protect it if you really need to. There's already an axe, so depending on what Hellbear or ChFighters pick here, if it's not their mid laner, then they're going to have to define something, and you get the chance to respond. All this is to say, really, Hellbear Smashers, they're going to pick maybe an offlaner. They're not going to pick a mid, or well, they're probably not going to pick a mid because they already have a puck. We're probably going to see a support or the position 3 here for Hellbear Smashers. I think.
Yeah, I think a DK is still solid, honestly, especially now that you see the Lion. It's just Brewmaster.
That's
Okay,
that's
well,
a that's
Rasmus
a
doesn't
misery
like the
hero though.
DK.
That's a misery hero.
It is a misery hero. It is. It is. I was thinking of the other misery heroes. I don't love him too much. I think Brew's pretty solid with Hoodwink. Actually, has a decent catch potential. You got to hit the bushwhack though in this hero. And the Cyclone is pretty powerful against the Axe, so I also like that. So carry Axe not as valuable when Brew's in the pool. That said, now that you pick up the Leshrac, Brew doesn't seem as good anymore. Leshrac is really good against Brew. You can't send him up flying because he has Pull Snow up. He's going to hurt everything around him, and you can't quite ignore him. Master Spell still has 0 uses this game. You're not going to burst down the Leshrac, really, and the evasion does nothing against either Leshrac or Axe or Lion or Phoenix. And Lesh is a pretty decent matchup against Puck as well. Even though you can technically avoid Split Earth with Phase Shift, you just don't use Split Earth.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I know it sounds crazy.
And we've got setup for it. We've got setup, right? Lion is going to be here eventually with a blink, eventually with a hex to make sure that they can actually land all of these spells. As the gyro is going to come through then for the Hellbear Smashers. There's the carry pick we were talking about. That might be enough to dissuade this Axe from going into the off lane. What do you think? Or sorry, from I mean, I think he has to go off lane now. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, carry Axe is decent against Gyro, to be honest. Very similar, high edgy carries, right? But Gyro does usually tank up a fair amount. Satanic helps him a lot, especially with the Ags. So I agree, I don't love him. But Axe offlane also struggles against Gyro for obvious reasons, right? Usually counter Axe with supports, but Rocket Barrage can deal with him nicely.
Yeah, I was.
What I'm thinking here is this going to be Misery playing on the Brewmaster or Piranha on the Puck? Like, is it a last pick 5? I don't love that too much.
A last pick 5? I wouldn't be too opposed to it, to be honest. I wouldn't be too opposed to it.
Because, like, I know Tofu also plays Brewmaster. That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be a Tofu Brewmaster.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I think 5 Brewmaster is actually pretty solid, and it's really good with the Gyro. It's actually pretty solid against Axe as well, because he tanks the Battle Hunger like there's no tomorrow. And you just go for the, what's it called? Cinder Brew, and then Axe is screwed. See, even ChFighters thinking the same thing. It's also they also think it's tofu.
Yeah, I was about to say that they're banning for it, but you were going on a nice tangent there, so I wanted to let it continue to percolate there in your mind. We'll see. I think maybe they ban one position 5. I mean, is the thing is like, and the reason I think you wouldn't like it is there really one position 5 pick that you would go, oh yeah, that's going to win us the game? It's something worth last picking. The answer to ChFighters, at least, is no. We're going to not risk it, and we're going to ban the Underlord and the Mars alike. So we'll see. Maybe Hellbear Smashers, perhaps it didn't work out for them here, at least if they were hoping to pick a different hero for Rasmus.
I think the only hero that I would really want to pick as a last pick 5 here is Oracle, because he's really good with Gyro, and actually saves you against Lesh and Lion to a large degree. Pretty solid against the Axe. Low BAT to deal with the Phoenix Egg. Besides that, I'm thinking of Rasmus heroes here. Can you really, like, the DK is not that good anymore. You want the Pipe Carrier. Can't be Brood. Centaur's fine.
Yeah, Centaur's fine. Or the Abba, so it is going to be the position 5 last pick. Normally, you...
All right, so Abba, Oracle. I like Oracle more than Abba, but I can see the Abba.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Abba pick to me. It's a really weird one. To me, Gyro... He's not really the kind of hero where that Aphotic Shield Dispel is going to save him and turn the fight until it's like 45 minutes in and he's like 6 slotted, right? Because that could totally be a game changer, but, pre that stage, there's not much you can do here. Plus, I don't think you cannot Dispel Call, right? It's the taunt from Axe.
No, you can't. No.
You can?
Yeah, exactly. No, you can't.
You cannot. Okay, good. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one here because I'm not really sure what the Abba pick is for. Maybe it's for the lane. It's going to be something super strong. And there's the TB pick coming through from the ChFighters, so they're going to be able to pick the biggest, baddest boy from the anime, and that'll be their last pick here. Okay.
I'm not sure, because to be honest, the TB pick is kind of countered against Puck and particularly Brewmaster. There's so much of this game that lies on Rasmus's shoulders. Like,
Yeah.
he can take away the illusions for Charlie. If he sends him flying, you can kill his team so easily as well, right? I mean, not easily, but like you can kill his team and then go for him afterwards. Puck is great at doing that as well. Your lane actually isn't that bad against a TB. You can hold your own to a degree, especially with Gilger on the hoodwink. Do I believe in Hellbear Smashers though after the last performance is the question here, because it's not an easy game for them whatsoever. It's just that they do have the chances to be able to beat ChFighters.
Okay.
ChFighters.
Chicken. The pollo fighters. Well, what I do want to go with at least is that I think this time the Ace he's got a much better hero actually. Like the core-to-core matchup's a lot better, right? Ace last time, although he was big, he had a lot of great items, got a lot of great calls. He's still an Axe, and if Axe cannot finish the fight basically during the duration of the Berserker's call, game becomes pretty hard for him, right? And the rest of his team. This time, with the flat cannon, we're going to have Maelstrom at some stage, maybe Mjolnir later, to deal with these illusions. Like, even if stuff doesn't go perfectly and your team doesn't deliver you the game on a silver platter, I think Gyro can make a lot of work happen here on his own. I think he's more capable of solo carrying a game when it gates this late versus a TB than the Axe carry was of last game. But before you respond, let's get on and get into game here because we're already getting ready to go for maybe the last game here of our series.
Look, the problem with the Chicken is that they have a Terrorblade, so it's very difficult for them. Like, you don't win that core-to-core matchup ever. Gyrocopter definitely does not win that core-to-core matchup, you know? Mr. Bean, because Barania is Green Bean, right? And Serbian.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm assuming Breen is because Bora? I don't know, I'm not sure. Anyway. I don't think the core-to-core match was that great for the Gyrocopter, and you don't have any steroids for him this game, unlike Luna last game, right? Which I think was a big point. Like, yeah, Abaddon is a Dispel, and that's you can consider that, but it's not enough to actually boost his damage. So I find that this is very TB favored, honestly.
Okay.
Which is why I'm saying that the Brewmasters do a lot this game, and so does the Puck. I do believe in Borania, though, but I do also think they have ways to catch him. I'm not sure. I'm really going to sit on the fence here, because I do think there's chances for both drafts. I don't think it's an outdraft either or, much like last game.
We shall see. We shall see here as we're about to get underway at the Horn. I'm going to go a little bit more here for Hellbear Smashes. I think we've got a 3-game series here, a brewing. No pun intended here for Erasmus, as he's going to be looking at least for another fighting chance here versus the ChFighters, as they will clash top rune. Tofu's going to go ahead and back away, though, and avoid potentially feeding for a first blood. Everyone then, I mean, standard lanes, nothing too crazy, no shenanigans here. Peksu is going to be joining them top lane for now. That is curious to me because he's not going to really have, Fire Spirits for 30 more seconds. So I'm...
What, you underestimating the attack power of a Phoenix?
I dare...
He's a Firebird!
I dare...
Like, oh my goodness.
I do dare underestimate the attack of the Pollo here. We shall see what he's going to be able to get done. But then for now, he's just sitting outside of XP range. He's going to go back in. Here goes the auto attacks.
Oh, look at this. Oh my god.
My goodness.
Oh wow. Do you see how much damage he did
Incredible.
there?
Yeah,
50, whole 50 damage.
He's going to TP away. Okay, I mean, that's that. I guess maybe more solo XP for Charlie. 1 creep.
Actually, yeah, that's the point. If you think about it, to be honest, 50 damage for 0 mana, because he didn't use any mana before, right? That's infinite value, really. I mean, can any other hero do that?
It really is.
I mean, obviously every hero that can attack in the game, but besides that.
It really is.
No, in all honesty, oh, that was a really good splitter. I can't believe you caught Maradio with that. In all honesty, though, I feel like the choice, and I've talked to Stinger about this, the carry, or the Beast Ghost. Oh, yeah. He always tells me that the reason why he sometimes, he thinks that all 5s should always go and rotate first, even if there's no chance for a kill. Because in the first lane, since the lane will always hit on your tower, your carry will always get those last hits, especially if he's melee, and will always get solo XP, right? So unless you play with HFN, who only plays range carries, most of the time you should just let him be there, which I think is appropriate. So even if you don't do much with the Phoenix this time, it's just not leeching XP and you not hindering your carry spot.
Okay. I see the point. That's what I mean. I see the point here of getting them that fast level 2, especially because these days, I mean, especially without a killing combo in the lane, Tusk's not meta anymore. You're not going to be taking level 1 meta and looking to fight them over the first wave. You're going to harass them out with Reflection and CS under the tower. So I could see it, but it wasn't really that much space at the end of the day. So...
No, I'm just pointing out why these plays are made and the logic behind them. I'm not trying to point out and be like, wow, this is the best play I've ever seen in the history. It's just, if you're ever wondering the logic behind it, that was the logic.
Lots of damage for Charlie.
Charlie? No, that's fine. I mean, the build for Brew when you go against a Terrorblade, you just don't get any points in crit, and you max your Cinder Brew and your Thunderclap, but you deal a lot of magical damage. And TV does not deal well against you.
Especially because correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Acorn Shot, because it is a spell, will actually trigger and oh, hold that thought, actually. It's Rasmus taking a bit of damage. Oh, he cuts down the tree. I think Charlie cut down that tree with the quelling. Bushwhack was not going to stop him, but he wasn't going to get that kill either. Rasmus is a bit too speedy here with the his movements. Actually doesn't have Drunken Brawler. He's just too fast.
You know, when I was paneling with Jenkins, he was telling me that the more games he casts, the more he's seeing the commonality to just cut the tree with Flooding Blade. And he was theorizing that the Shiba, I think he might actually die. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Shiba, dude. Oh no, that's not the way home. Oh, he is. He found the way home. It's his DP. He clacked his shoes together.
Oh, he
canceled the DP.
The heel broke.
Oh, he clacked them again.
And now Era's gonna.
The heel broke.
There it is. Now Era's gonna TP.
Okay, Era was gone. Yeah, so Jenkins was telling me that Hookwing is actually getting nerfed as people are getting more and more used to getting quick at the Quelling Blade cut. And that is actually making the hero worse as time goes on. And he was theorizing that Hoodwink would be bad just because of that, because people would get really good at cutting those trees down. And I don't think he's that far off. I've been seeing this much more often these days in the EU West qualifiers.
Yeah.
Compared to, say, the EU qualifiers that we casted in the beginning, where Hoodwink seemed like God.
Yeah, Hoodwink was pretty annoying in the ECU quals. There wasn't a lot people could seem to do. And speaking of this, there's not a lot Shibe can do. Something I've definitely underestimated about this lane, even though I always thought this Gyro versus Axe matchup was always pretty nice for Gyro, is the fact that going for 2 points here in this Battle Hunger, yeah, exactly. It means Tofu is just going to go, oh, cool, 1 point in Aphotic Shield, and now you don't do anything with your 2 points. And I'm a support, by the way. And Gyro still can kick your butt with this.
Yeah, I agree. Tofu. I mean, he's just gonna keep hitting an arrow right now, but he's realized he has no mana. Arrow's like, you wanna die? Oh, okay, there's enough mana with the magic stick. Unfortunately, Lion doesn't hit that hard, so you can't really finish them off. Axe has been doing a decent job though in this top lane. And they've taken away the mana from Gyro, so he's not capable of rocket barraging Axe to death. In fact, no. I thought Shiba had a chance though, but not yet.
Not yet, anyhow. Doing a bit of skirmishing down bottom.
Not with the creeps nearby.
Rasmus this time might be in trouble. Nah. Pexu's not too eager for these kills. Gilgur, it's level 2. He's got to be careful. This squirrel, not the tankiest things, but tanky enough at least to be able to live through the one flame spirit, fire spirit.
Yeah, so I don't think the Acorn Shot actually triggered the Cinder. I think it's only push.
Okay.
Oh, Gilgur rolled right. Because it is physical damage. Other physical damage spells don't trigger it, so judging based on that.
Okay, good to know. Oh, right, I think it says it has to be magic damage,
I'm
right?
uncertain.
Doesn't it? The spell description.
Yeah, so Anchor Smash doesn't trigger it, for example. But I am uncertain about Hoodwink. It's a... Because Acorn Shot, for example, so it gets increased by both attack range and cast range. And
that's the thing. It's one of these weird interactions where it only says spell damage,
yeah.
which some things, like you said, are both spell and so who knows?
Oh, yeah, because spell damage could be also like Bale Discord spell damage, right? I'm not really sure, to be honest. Gilgur does get the first blood in the bottom lane, while we're discussing the stupid interaction, and Gilgur would die for it, so he wasn't happy. Regardless if it triggers or not, he doesn't care. He's going to fall. That's a really good lane for the Terrorblade. I mean, Brew is... Rarely does he completely win his lane. I thought he would do fine. I think it is okay for him. You're up against TP with Metamorphosis. What else do you expect? It's the mid game where you start beating him. But in the mid lane, Borania sees the opportunity to go for the Leshrac, and Borania almost dies because of this. Borania realizing you don't get close to a Leshrac once he hits level 6, he's so scary. I
love that. Everyone's going for the bottom rune. That's just where we all guessed. And then the immediate about face, Supreme says, absolutely not, denying the rune. Maybe should have let her jaunt in on it. Eero was there, but without detection. So if we were, part of me, fast enough to be able to get off the Invis rune once it was into the bottle, the puck would have been able to escape pretty easily. Either way, sorry, it's a Dream Coil for no kill. And that's not what Puck was looking for. Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so difficult to kill a Lesh once he hits 6 for very different reasons at the Storm or Ending. You get close to him, you die, right? So you have to have a really good ganking power. And I don't think Hoodwink is enough. And Abaddon certainly doesn't do anything here.
A wise blade.
Abba, he's, again, doing very nice to make sure that at least the Gyro can stand in the lane and he's not just getting ran down with the debuff of Battle Hunger on top of him. But it's still a bit of a struggle here. And what I was about to say was, you're right, that Brew doesn't always win his lane, but he's one of those heroes, much like a Timbersaw, where if Timber's not killing you in the lane, he's going to boot you out as soon as he hits level 6. And it's very similar here, right? And that's why I think TB is very quick to go into the jungle. I used meta. I did as much tower damage as I could. I farmed my way back with it, and I'm just going to go into the jungle now with the counter images. So good plays here. Rasmus is going to be allowed some free time to get some experience. So will Peksu, though. So we'll have a pretty early position 5 Phoenix egg ready to go. Fighting mid.
You're on the observer, but I thought it was Borania. There's the leash, so Lesh is going to fight him to the death. And yet again, Borania is experiencing what is called a Lesh rack. Supreme just kicked away both the Hoodwink and the Puck. Puck, who's supposed to be as strong as a Lesh is right now, but it's just not happening.
No.
You're not killing Supreme in this early mid game.
It's the Edict.
Especially with them all getting maxed.
Exactly. I was going to say, it's Edict, isn't it? Really doing a lot of the work here. Very good pawn. Very good pawn. I commend you for that one. I'm sure that that's been used a ton in DotaCast through the years, as these are some of the older heroes in the game. But I've never heard it, so I'll give you credit for that one. At least personally, I will. Top lane. The leash rack. For the Dream Coil.
Oh shit! I do that again. My goodness, my that was not a pun. That was just my. I'm sorry, dude. I've been casting in Spanish for too long, and I think I'm just gonna lose it for that. Anyway, back to ChFighters versus Hellbear Smashes.
Yes.
Let's see what they can do. Shibe in the top lane. He already has the Vanguard, so he can realistically push this tower, and Supreme understands this, so he's just gonna go and try to take it. I mean, he's realized he's kind of gone, right? You leave the TV mid. TV shouldn't die to the Puck, especially if it's at one point in Sunder. And you don't leave anyone with Rasmus that's valuable, so Phoenix can just stay there forever, and hopefully you can push a tower. Hellbear Smashes, though, understands this. They acknowledge this, so they rotate Borania into the top lane. See, this time Supreme can die. There's more heroes. That Bonaki is not as impactful. The Dream Coil, in fact, will hit. They've leashed the poor Axe, and Shiba will die first, and in fact, they might be able, they do it! They kill Supreme. For all this effort pays off, they're gonna go for Era as well. Era did have a magic stick, but I think he's still going to fall to Ace. So a triple kill, 4 kills actually, as Rasmus also managed to finish off Phoenix. Hellbear Smash is really happy with this turn of events.
Yep, that was going to be with the first Hurl Boulder. That's what I was talking about, right? You get level 6 versus this guy. Even heroes like Pangolier, like a Phoenix, who both have these escape mechanisms that make them very annoying to kill, are still kind of in danger with the Primal Split. So nice job there. Hold that thought. Mid lane, Borania, they're looking to cut him off, but a very good jaunt through the Illusory Orb, through the tower. Means he's safe? Or is he? Yeah, he's going to be good to go. Good effort, though, made by Supreme, and it's not like they're wasting any time, because they can look to apply some tower pressure immediately with whatever they have left here on the Metamorphosis, and whatever they had left was more than enough to get through the Tier 1 mid.
Okay. Leshrac didn't like the whole dying experience, so he's decided to go for a Hooded Defiance, it seems like, which I like, actually. A good way to tank up. You can go for the Kai and Sanj build, and I feel like you can beat a secondary tank. Axe is not that great as a initial just run at the enemy, much like a Tide or Timbersaw might be able to do. So I feel like Lesh can help out in that sense and protect the TV. Rasmus is the target now. He does not have the Primal Split. So Rasmus should die here, honestly. Yeah, there's no way he's getting out from Supreme.
Not least of all thanks to that haste rune. So good usage there, picking up a pretty nice kill onto the enemy offlaner. Hellbear Smashers quickly recognize this. Sorry, bud, you're dead. They gotta leave him, and they'll catch him on the other side here. So he's going to respawn. First tower to fall, though, is going to be in the mid lane, of course, as we saw. Unsurprisingly, I would say, it was going to be the lane Leshrac was in. He's able to get that tower first. So good start here for the ChFighters. As much like last game, right, we have Rasmus on one of these heroes where even though he's real darn strong in the lane and very similar to the Panda, he's going to kick you out as soon as he hits level 6 because the kill threat is too high. If he doesn't manage to capitalize off of the ultimate and then, you know, off of that fight get a tower, his push isn't that good. And I think that might begin to be a bit of a problem. As ChFighters are, you can see Shibe, he's farming kind of in just annoying where the gyrocopter would like to just be hitting creeps casually.
Yeah, I agree. ChFighters space seems like it's just so much easier for them to create space in general in this game. Gyro eventually will be your push once he has Ags. He actually pushes very fast, especially when he has damage, of course, with that Ags. But I agree with you that Brewmaster doesn't have the same impact as a Lush does. And your Axe is even a better pusher just because he can tank the tower hit with Brew. And they find the Abaddon, but he does have the borrowed time.
Yeah, that's not a kill. That's not a kill. Really good job Tofu just mirroring the movements, shadowing his core. He's going to perfectly break the smoke. He even had a ward there covering it, and Pexu's like, they have a ward there. So it's going to get de-warded now, but that's all good and fine. I think they knew what was coming, though, because there was no one looking to defend what was this 3-man rotation down bottom to help Rasmus take the tower. And this is kind of the point I was making, right? It's fairly obvious when you don't have a team that pushes, like, Supreme can solo push a tower, right? And you don't know if all of his cores are missing off the map. You don't know if he's right behind him and he's setting the trap, or if he's just cheeky and pushing your tower. But if there's 3 heroes missing for Hellbear Smashers, and, you know, Rasmus is playing aggressive at the tower, he's probably, you know, he's got support. He's going to push your tower. And I think ChFighters do well to recognize this and are able to equalize. They get still maintaining their 1 tower advantage.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like leaving Brewmaster alone when he's his initial power spike, where even if you're a Brew that can't even play Brew, and Rasmus certainly is not one of them, you'll still be so strong with that Primal Split, you just ignore him the whole time. Like, the only kills they've been able to give him has been the Phoenix, and I don't think he's that valuable, so I think it's been pretty appropriate. You've been defending mid really well, which means you still can control the enemy jungle. They can't control yours just yet, which is why Hellbear Smasher is looking to correct this, trying to go mid lane. Let's see what they can accomplish here.
It won't be much.
Ward. This is a great ward.
It won't be much, though.
What a great ward, man. Yeah, now it's like, oh, were you scurrying around? I see you. I see all of you. There's a Supernova available as well.
I think ChFighters.
I don't think you can fight this, in fact.
Hellbear Smashers, they might not know what. Yeah, okay. They might not
They
know.
suck.
I think they gotta get out.
Okay, Bushwhack. It's the Axe for now. They still have the
They got the
Supernova,
puck.
but the puck has been bursted down, and Axe is still alive next to the Sunray. He has been broken, but not destroyed. Shibe actually gets the Berserker's Call off, and they kill off a second. In fact, Rasmus needs to run away. He only has 1 Bruling left. They're gonna kill him through the Primal Split. And not even Tofu, Big Fan, is gonna be able to survive. Only a measly little squirrel, only poor Gilger is gonna see his friends massacred. Massive PTSD he has now, and in fact, he might just want to die. He doesn't want to live any longer. He's in the trees, hoping to get a kill, some revenge here.
There
Oh, they see him. Oh, no. They caught him.
Oh,
Where's
he's
the
gonna
TP? Oh, nice Bushwhack.
Very good.
Good Bushwhack.
Yeah, wards win wars, folks. That was a great play. I'm really surprised that Hellbear Smashers not only got the D ward, because they read the situation. They're like, what's going on? ChFighters are playing really suspicious. There might be an imposter. And then it was there. It was right there, the observer void. They get rid of it, but they stick around. Like ChFighters, like, you have to give them respect. They know where you are, right? You see them coming. Like, you have to be ready for this. Their team fight is not to be trifled with, even with the gyrocopter. Rasmus was able to get off his split, and I think that's what, like, they decided to fight around maybe. They're like, oh, we got the split off. We're strong, right? If they burst Rasmus, we back. But even though Rasmus gets off the split, the Earth Spike missed him, but it hit the Puck. So Puck didn't have much impact as soon as the coil came through, and then it was just bad. Supernova on top. Everyone was free to hit the gyrocopter. He doesn't have enough damage yet, so he really needs to just freely hit people. Great fight for ChFighters, though. Like, that ward to turn it, amazing stuff.
Oh, we're fighting the Phoenix here. Extra stance. They acknowledge that Phoenix is clearly the biggest threat. Have you ever seen a 3 Brulings trying to hit the Supernova, which of course doesn't actually bring it down
Doesn't
whatsoever?
work. Oh.
It's really sad. Yeah, Rasmus. Oh, they split Earth. I don't think Rasmus is getting out of this alive.
Just no, man.
Yet again.
They've got his number. Like, the way that Supreme walks up here, just reading the map, okay, they killed our core top. Naturally, we need to come bottom and push these waves out because they're going to take our jungle. That means Rasmus is going to be here. Let's go for a cheeky kill. Like, he's got Era here. Like, it's great. It's great stuff from ChFighters.
I mean, I will say, though, that Rasmus was playing in the dead lane as a Brewmaster. When you have a Hoodwink that can much better utilize that dead lane, right? You're really far up ahead. You're close to the tower. They saw you despite it being
but he needs money, right?
Yeah, I know they have your number.
Yeah.
But I know, but I don't think that's where you should be farming, honestly.
Yeah.
I get that you need gold, but it's better to get a Midas and just farm super passively and play like a really late game brew, or just sap experience off the rest of your team and play super like defensive, than giving kills like that, which are pretty much free for the Lesh.
Okay. Big item timings here. We're about to have double blink for ChFighters. Mate, they could have really, you know, built quite a full... They can blow a hole in this game, basically, is the way I see this going. Blink for Axe, Blink for Lion, versus a Puck, versus an Abba, versus a Gyrocopter. Like, this could be very bad here for Hellbear Smashers, especially if they don't scout this. Just a cheeky little sharpshooter shot, which isn't going to hit anything. Lion's now going to finish his up. Well, yeah, we're going to have some pretty big items. Here's Lion. So Era with the smoke ready to go. He's probably just going to wait. What are we waiting for here? Maybe we get the Voodoo Mask and then we go.
They're going for the bird. Pexu?
They can try.
Oh, sorry, he was very close to danger.
He can try, but he's got a ward down, man. He knows if they're coming. Again,
At this point, I'm assuming that Rasmus' plan is really to just beat the dead lane of this game to afford the farm. I mean, if he's there, it's fine, right? I don't think this is too far ahead. When he was below the enemy tier 1, that's when I'm
Here's the
thinking,
smoke.
alright, maybe a bit too far.
Axe.
I don't know, ChFighters just hates
Axe
it.
is a bit far. Supreme Smoke is going to break. They see Tofu, but of course they don't want Tofu. No, we're here for some high-quality Wagyu, not Tofu, and we want Rasmus. Rasmus is the Wagyu. Supreme, though, unwilling to dive underneath that tier 2 tower. Reinforcements coming in the form of a squirrel. But ChFighters, they're looking for a better jump than this. Ira, his smoke didn't break. Unfortunately, it's going to time out right in the river where an Observer Ward is going to scout his blink. Shibe as well is just going to show off his blink in the river, and there's not going to be much of a reveal here whatsoever. ChFighters back to farming.
I just feel like this is a loss for Hellbear Smashers because this was supposed to be your power spike with Puck and Brewmaster. I'm not saying the game is lost just because of this, but you weren't able to utilize this too hard. And the Gyro is being outfarmed by a TB and by a Lesh. I'd say the TB also has really good matchups against Gyro, like I mentioned earlier, so you're struggling in that sense. Morania acknowledges he's the only solution after TB and even to Lesh, I would say, to a degree. So Dagon it is to burst both of them down.
Yeah. We almost got Ags online. We're about halfway there, Rasmus. I mean, he's going to check the replay, and he's going to be like, man, this sucks. They just, like, knew all the time. Supreme was so patient because he knew Rasmus was going to wait a while, but they were watching him underneath the ward. Hello! Immediately greeting him here with the split earth, trying to get the split off. No chance here, as he is going to get stunned up and killed. Although, they're coming for revenge. Are they, though? Because Shibe ready to counter his shape. Back onto Borania. They continue the chain stuns up the Hex, and now the Finger of Death. Big damage on from Ace, who's trying to turn the fight, but Charlie's here, too, and he's got way more damage than you, Ace. Down he goes. Last one standing already is just Tofu. In exchange, they have picked up the Leshrac and the Phoenix, but finishing the fight with a stunk in style is Shibe. A full wipe, only for 2 heroes on the ChFighters.
I gotta commend Charlie for his performance in this game. My goodness, he's been joining all these fights with meta ready every single time. Unlike a lot of TBs that will use meta to farm or even use meta to take objectives, he's always kept it off cooldown just to be able to join these fights because he knows that he honestly can just kill all the Hellbear Smashers. And I know Tofu has a lot of fans, but he needs teammates right now. Like, they just get killed off every single initiation. The Puck is nothing to this Lion who killed him. Honestly, 2 initiations in a row, which is the Finger of Death. Supernova wasn't even used there, so they didn't even use their whole team fight. ChFighters looking so much
They weren't even all there, Avo. Like, I'll take it a step further, right? That was basically Supreme just getting the solo kill onto the Brewmaster. I think Ira needed to put himself a little bit out of position to secure the kill, and everyone else was a bit late to the fight. I mean, you could see I'm controlling the camera, so I was a bit surprised. I had to pan down to catch the rest of ChFighters joining the fight. I didn't think we were all there. I thought that was just a cheeky kill onto Rasmus, and that would be that. But the fact they're still able to turn it into objectives is pretty amazing. Not enough to do Roche, though. It's still a little bit early. We don't have a whole lot of minus armor for him, so he's going to be able to be quite resistant to a bunch of your damage. So the ChFighters, they're going to need to find another one just like that if they want to really start to cement their lead in this game, pick up that first Roche, and just continue to play the game the way they're playing. I'm surprised that this ward is still here. We've tried to de-ward it twice. I have to give him credit, and usually, again, more credit to Tofu, usually the ward is somewhere here or it's somewhere here, right? But this ward placement all game from Ira, I think, or has it been Pexu? I'm not sure. Probably Pexu. But it's been phenomenal. These wards are just winning them the game.
Yep. Honestly, they have been at such a really, like the ward earlier as well, in the tower, which is also Pexu, it's just been on point.
This ward here, absolutely.
Doing a really good job. And they've nullified the gank squad of Brewmaster Squirrel, which is much harder to play, like I said. I don't feel like Brew has had too much of an impact this game. Because Rasmus just needs to do too much this game, as I said, and it is tough. Ace is farming, but the core-to-core doesn't benefit him enough for you to be able to rely solely on Ace. So right now you need to find a way to deal with the Lion, so at least Borania can be free in these fights. Because if Borania is free, without the Lion being dead, pretty much set Borania away so he can
Wait, but shouldn't the Lion be countered by aphotic shields? That's what I'm confused by.
Yeah, but Tofu constantly has to use it to save another hero, like Rasmus or Ace, right?
Okay.
So, and sometimes even when the aphotic shields just get fingered, right after, and he can't evade it. Because he goes Hex, Finger, and even by the time you hit the aphotic shield, he's already dead. They burst him too quick.
No, I mean,
maybe later when he has more stats.
All right, you are right. I was just, to me that was like, oh, this is the answer. Like Lion's a obviously they picked, what, the Avo last, right? So they're like, oh, this line's a problem. We need something to address it. And I thought that was the point, right, of the last pick. That to me is, like I said before, this is why I feel like there are very few, if any, position 5s, especially, who are like, yeah, this pick is going to win us the draft. We'll see here if he can make any use of it, as ChFighters are going to go ahead and smoke up and look to fight right around the Roche pit. Gilger?
Yep, Gilger. Trouble, he's dead.
Oh, nice effort.
You need to charge it for a bit longer to get far enough.
Yeah, good effort there. Did we use meta? We did not. Okay, so, oh, we've got BKB ready to go. This TB is, like, ready to fight, man. Whew.
Yeah, Charlie's been on point this whole game. Is that from his optimization to his positioning? To
well,
where he's
hold that
involved
thought.
Even.
He's a bit alone. Borania.
Okay, he doesn't want to fight
Got
alone.
coil. Okay.
I love that he used the illusion trying to pick the homing missile.
It's a good effort. I mean, I think that was potentially a really scary moment there for ChFighters. I think if he immediately runs away and doesn't pretend like the rest of his team is ready to fight, and, you know, they might just jump him there, and I think they kill him. I don't think they're too scared of him. I mean, now around this DD rune, half duration, mind you, and a BKB for Ace. We could see Hellbear Smashers take their first fight. Shibe, though, a bit too fast on the draw. Oh, nice play there. Using the vision. He knew Ace was going to come in after him. Just made sure that he was not able to get too much damage in. Playing with this stupid little cliff vision. That's going to nullify the smoke and the DD rune advantage that Hellbear Smashers had. Say balls back in ChFighters' court here, as they're going to continue to farm a bit. What do you think? Are we waiting for this Aya Scotty and then we just run at them? On TB, that is?
Yeah, I don't think you even need to wait for the Aya Scotty, to be perfectly honest. But I guess if you want to play it safe, sure, yeah. Wait for the Aya Scotty. Because I think right now you're just waiting for an opportunity, like a small misplay by Hellbear Smashers. Yeah. Either that or the Scotty, like I said. And then you just go.
And then you just go Banjo Charge. That's correct. What an oddly perfectly timed line from Ace.
Well, you don't think the Ace is hearing us? Honestly, Ace knows.
My
Ace
goodness.
knows. That's why I praise him so much. It's nothing to do with me liking his plays. It has to do with Ace listening to me, and he checks my every move. At least we have Ags on Rasmus. He did go for the Midas, by the way, as suggested earlier. So he's been getting this passive gold without having to sacrifice himself so much. I like this. And with the Ags, you're actually really strong. You might just hit him. Might have just hit him.
Nice. Got it off.
There we go.
The team's not here?
It's tough against Alesh. It's tough. They have the Supernova too. They're healing Supreme for now. Rasmus, it's only his first ultimate though. They don't have to do as much. But they kill Supreme, that's better. Berserker's Call, however, puts the Gyrocopter to pickle. Supernova in the middle of this fight though. Has to get more space. Ace might just die here. As they can't break the egg. He actually completed it. Oh, the Primal Split worked against him. Borania is dead as well. Second Primal Split from Rasmus. At least he wants to kill support, but instead it's going to be he himself who meets his maker. Rasmus, the third core to die. No help from Gilger or Tofu. That's a free Roshan. That Supernova is so hard to kill.
It just looked impossible, didn't it? I mean, look at all the damage he did in this fight. That was a good start to the fight if your team is right there behind you. But it was a 6-second TP for Ace to be able to capitalize off that. And sure, Cyclone is, what, 4.5 seconds or something ridiculous on the Storm Panda? But Axe eventually, he's coming down. And he was just immediately blinked onto Ace, and Ace couldn't do anything against Charlie. That's going to put him way behind the the Ag Scepter now on the Gyrocopter. This is going to give a major boost here, a big gold injection towards our TB as he tries to finish off this Eye of Scotty. And honestly, this Scotty's kind of a killer for Gyro. It's not going to allow him to move whatsoever in these team fights. The attack speed's slow, especially because he is itemizing into the Ags. That means he's going to have less procs. It's looking a little grim here for Hellbear Smashers. It's still recoverable. They just got to make some really great plays here within this next period before Scotty's up. Right now, we've got meta on cooldown for a minute. Can we look for anything even here, Avo?
No, I don't think you should, honestly. I mean, your Smashers, maybe you could try, but I don't think you can really with a Primal Split, which is your big source of initiation. I haven't seen this Brute do anything this game, though. Again, not a criticism to Rasmus. I think they're controlling him really well.
He has not been able to do
His
anything.
Cyclones are just so difficult to hit. No,
you know he's here.
I mean, if you just walk in as Brew, though.
You just know he's here, too. I mean, they're luckily for Rasmus,
he's been doing this the whole game.
They're going to guess incorrectly. They just don't want him to have any impact here. I mean, that's the extent that they're corralling him, even out of these fights, right? He's just not having the time of day to get anything done here, it seems.
Yeah, he needs to, I don't know, it's so difficult. I guess he needs to cycle the Axe, and they need to be able to use Ace appropriately to kill the Lesh in the middle of that, while Rasmus actually goes and deals with the TB's illusions, because at this point, you just have nobody to deal with any of the cores, and the Supernova is a freebie every single time. Especially Borania dies like this every single fight, honestly.
I heard a Dagon, by the way. It is Puck. Okay.
Yeah, Borania has it. Oh, you mean Puck?
Heard a Puck. I mean the chicken. El pollo.
The chicken, the Puck.
As we can see, the chicken fighters very eager to do just that. Oh, Borania, he might be the target. No, he's got a Lucero about, so he's not a great jump. There's a ward here, which is bolstering the confidence of Hellbear Smashers. They're willing to take a fight right here. They're about to have the second charge of Primal Split up if they were to use the first now. Eventually, they're going to be forced back. These ghosts, although maybe they're ghost pushing, they do real damage. And that's not going to be damage you can heal off this game for the high ground defense later. Should there need to be one anyway.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Smashers, what is your plan to get back into this?
This would be a good start. Oh, not if Shibe tanks it.
Shibe is like, nope. What, are you going to attack my Leshrac? You
tower
dare?
is under attack.
Get down, Mr. President, get down!
The issue with a sharpshooter is that, you can block it with your body. Most people forget about this, but it's very important.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a 5, like your life is there for your carry, so go ahead and tank that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you want to make sure. I mean, I think the biggest deal, yes, you do get counter helix disabled, but the biggest deal is you want to have this Lesh moving around with that max move speed. Not max move speed, but he needs his move speed. It's crucial for him. It's critical, even, right? He does all his damage in an AoE, so him being slowed is even a bad start to the fight. All right, so the Dagon is taking care of Charlie's illusions, but also taking care of Charlie's health is currently Pegsu. Shibe prepared to counter-initiate here as Rasmus will be kicking us off, just going all the way in. There's the lift down to the TB, so now we got to try and take care of the rest of the teammates, but so far Hellbear Smashers unwilling to go off of the high ground. Charlie pinned again here. There's Rasmus with another lift. Could this be the time? Supreme even putting himself out in front. He's going to eat a boulder to the face. But he eats those for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's good to go. Needs more. Round 2, Rasmus, he says. I'm still hungry. They're here for your barracks.
Nice, Supreme. There's going to be a little... Hold on this one. Ace helping out with a bushwhack, but Charlie doesn't seem to care. And of course, the Sunray's also been keeping Charlie very, very healthy in the fight. Smashers. Oh, they got the Holy Missile.
No.
This might be a chance, but Shibe, once again, covering his carry. There's a Dream Coil, however. Rasmus, they've used the split, the Supernova from behind. They might be able to kill Shibe this time, so they do get rid of the initiation. They lost Metamorphosis. Supernova just completed. That's going to be a dead era, but not before getting an Earth Spike off. Which means they'll give his team a bit more time. TPing in is Shiba yet again, as they see the opportunity to go back in. Borania might be in trouble, but hey, actually, it's the Leshrac who's losing in life. Bloodstone has to be used, and he has to get away. Hellbear Smashers do hold their high ground somewhat, and they're looking for the final kills. What can they find here? Nothing, as Borania decides not to go back up.
They don't want to find an axe with a big call. Chicken Fighters, they're ready to go back in. They just need the opportunity, but the Tofu is not the target here. They can kill him quite easily, though.
Oh, no,
Shibe still hiding. The Split Earth is going to connect onto Bora. He's going to have to back up. Oh, a big Sunder Ace!
Oh,
he's left without anything! No HP, no hopes, and no carry here for the rest of Hellbear Smashers to fight with. No charges of Primal Split either. As in fact, Tofu is going to fall on the high ground. We'll go back here. I don't actually think Shibe can solo kill him. We have friends coming. There's Aegis being reclaimed. Bora actually is going to look to try and punish Shibe for this, but Ira with the Hex immediately. He's got Earth Spike ready to go. Supreme running over the cliffs to get the kill. Nothing was stopping him. Ras was continuing to draw them away from the base. Not with the Illusion Room, but Chicken Fighters, they want him. They've had his number all game, and now in the river he will fall once again.
Brutal. Just brutal. I mean, this fight almost looked like it was actually going for Hellbear Smashers, right? They actually held the high ground pretty decently, but then the re-engagement from Chicken Fighters, despite not having meta, that shows how strong they are. They don't even need the meta to fight you. They just need the axe, really. What an impressive performance by Fighters.
Yep. Really.
Long live these chickens.
Long live the chickens. So they may just be chickens, Alvaro. To us, they're gallonazos.
They're fighters.
Dire's middle tower has
No. Gallinathos.
Gallinados.
Gallonathos means nothing. It means nothing. You fake Mexican.
Gallonazos.
Gallinazos, my boy.
Gallinazos. Well, there's an egg that sinks into the ground here as quickly as all these towers are, man. Supreme, nothing's stopping him now. He is just straight onto bulldoze and duty. Rest of Hellbear Smashers, they've got one fight to try and bring this one back. If they can swing it, they could look for second Roche, try and take the game from there. But very quickly, the pressure is on from ChFighters. They're out for blood as Ira and Shibe daring anyone to go for this mid lane. Rasmus will entice them, but Ace is there, and plenty of allies on the high ground means that's a bit too spicy of a jump for now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I don't know how Hellbear Smashers can come back into this game, honestly. Your force multiplier for Brew, someone I usually trust in, or not someone, like I'm a big fan of Misery, no. But Brew's a hero that I do think has more potential and usually is given credit for, but I don't feel like this is particularly a good game for it because of the Lush. The Lush just destroys him. It's such a good counter to the Brew. And it makes it very difficult for him to play. Because two of your Brewlings, the most valuable ones, are destroyed immediately, and then you only have your Earth Brewling, and he falls diabolic edict anyway.
Oh,
Oh, he's actually hunting? He's hunting for Brew again.
They've got a ward here.
Dude, they hate Rasmus. Like, they hate him so much. What Earth use?
They got Borania, by the way, on the back lines. Rasmus, yeah, they're like, we can let you
might
live.
just die. They're waiting for the Lion Hex.
Yeah.
Oh, Rasmus, are you TPing? Really? Split Earth?
Out.
Oh, he actually even guessed it correctly, but it took a little bit too long.
Got out. I mean, the death on Tabora is the big one, right? Just the hit squad, really, of Lion.
Yeah.
And even the TB doing a bit of extra damage. Straight into the high ground they go. They're not even waiting for Roche. It's up in 9 seconds, but who needs Roche when their enemy mid laner is dead for 25? Okay, can fortify use as soon as the edict comes through. ChFighters, they are sticking around, though. Charlie this time without Aegis, but still has the Metamorphosis to play with. Holding his ground. BKB before Rasmus could look to try and lift him. The Sunder immediately, the call. They want Rasmus, man. They're here for him. They've lifted up Supreme, but they're going to take down Rasmus. The insta buyback, it has to be off of this. Puck is alive. Can we get a coil? Yes, but it's only onto Shibe. It's not going to do much. They hit it with a sharpshooter. Ace from the side trying to do as much damage as he can. Now with the call down. Great damage now with the flat cannon, but Supreme's still on the high ground. They need to take care of him. The second split now from Rasmus, but out comes the Supernova. Charlie is just nuking these Panda Spirits. Ace, though, with good damage onto Shibe, but the Supernova stun is going to stop him in his tracks, and now the Sunray's going to heal him up. Ace been kited out and killed now. Rasmus is going to respawn out from the Primal Split, but taken down just as quickly. Ace will now buy back, but it looks like we've caught Borania on the back lines. Oh, ChFighters without even going back for Roche, looking to close this one out here and now, getting the 2-0 win over Hellbear Smashers.
Yep. I mean, have you ever seen someone aquatic shield the Brewling? That shows how desperate it is, right? I think that's the first time I've even seen the animation happen. The Brewmaster did nothing this game. ChFighters are capable of taking these 3 racks. Gilger in trouble now as Supreme goes and chases after him. Gilger is just going to fall here. The Split Earth is going to keep him in place. Sharpshooter might just give him enough space, actually. Oh, no. He aims it incorrectly. There you go. Gilger's dead. They did catch at least they almost killed Supreme here. But Supreme still has healing. Shiva might be in trouble as well. There's the help from the Spirits actually stopping Ace. And those Fire Spirits will reduce the attack speed sufficiently for the Axe to get away. A smoke even to make this a faster retreat. And they're probably going to go for Roshan now to send the game.
No, I think they're going to see this DD rune and they're going to go fountain dive in, I think, is what they're going to do. They want to kill Rasmus one more time before this game ends. Look at them. Spraying Artesia all over the place. Oh, yep, there it is. That's the exact perfect spray that we're looking for, courtesy of Charlie. You could tell he's practiced that one. He lined it up and everything. Double thumbs up from the man, the myth, the legend, Artur Babayev. Gotta love it. Great game, though. ChFighters. You know, this one's all but just about over. If Hellbear Smashers managed to come back from this one, that would be one of the biggest comebacks I think I've ever seen. But it's going to be made more difficult now.
Look, dude, I'm all up for bringing the hype to this game. I just don't know how possibly you do this. Your game was also not meant to be played into this late game where not only is your core-to-core matchup not great, but TB has 11,000 gold over the Chara Cup. Like, that's 2 items. That's 2 items on top of having a better core-to-core matchup. And you don't have many ways to deal with it. The best thing you can do is a little take on Sap. And also, it's not going to happen. Borania keeps getting caught finger at death. Extinguished.
Okay, here goes Gilgar.
Radiant
Sneaking around with the
structures are
Invis rune, looking
fortified.
for anything. Hello, sir. May I have a cheese, please? Did they leave a
Oh, they're going
cheese in
bottom.
the
They're
pit?
going bottom. They found Misery again. Oh, they forced him to split. Oh, wow. They forced him to split because Lesh decided to use the Boots of Travel.
I think Misery. Yeah, Misery's like, all right, screw you, Brody. I'm gonna lift you again.
In case you're wondering, by the way, we're calling him Misery because I think that's the best way to describe his mental state. Not because of... I mean, the poor guy is struggling.
It's been a terrible. Yeah, Charlie's just gonna go ahead and pop it now. They killed Misery.
Supreme.
What?
Yeah, they killed him. That was prompted the GG. That prompted the
GG. Good lucks. They're all here. Bora. He ended last game with a question mark over his defeated enemies. This time, ending it with the 2-0 instead to the ChFighters. What a game! What a series out from these guys. Really, really bringing the fight in ChFighters, aren't they?
Honestly, they played a really good series. They drafted really well. I think what benefited them over Hellbear Smashers that, as always, Hellbear Smashers have really interesting drafts for the most part. Interesting has always been good, but they are creative and they definitely think outside the box. And I feel like for the most part, the players have relatively wide hero pools. But sometimes consistent is best in this current meta. You kind of got to see it. Charlie's just playing. I mean, his hero pool is wide enough. You're not doing anything wacky or incredible, but it's good enough, honestly. And I feel like I don't know. This game, Hellbear Smasher's win condition was just so difficult. He had to play so well for them to win. Brewmaster had to play the game of his life, and he definitely did not even get close to that, honestly, on Rasmus. I'm sorry. This was not his best Brewmaster performance. Even Ace struggled a bit in the early mid-game. Borania. I was looking over the team fights. I thought, oh, okay, he's getting caught by Hex every single time. No. He's getting caught by Berserker's Calls and Split Earth, man. Like, I don't know. The performance wasn't great for Hellbear Smashers this game, to be perfectly honest. And I think they're a great team. I'm really sad to see them go, but this was not the best showing to end it. I'm going to keep the memory of last game, which was a bit better. And I think this game, they were just a bit frustrated trying to make these things work.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not going to come together here for the Hellbear Smashers when they needed it to. We will have to bid them adieu now, as they are going to be eliminated from contention for the TI10 qualifiers. Fun team to watch grow and develop over the last couple of months. As
Yes.
if you watch a lot of Western European Dota, they previously was Stormstormer, of course, making those changes after second season, bringing in Borania. Who knows? I don't know. I think that was a better change, but it's still, in the end of the day, wasn't good enough to take down the ChFighters, man. And that's what we come down to, right? The 2-0 win here, and a GG well played to Hellbear Smashers. Looking forward to see how they continue to develop in the future. But for oh, go ahead.
If I was to say, if I'm honest, I just think that the meta has not been the best or the kindest to Hellbear Smashers, even with the change to Barani. I don't think this meta suits them as much as the last meta that they had when actually they did so well in the lower division. So I think that kind of had to do something a bit with it. But we'll see. I have high hopes for the team. I do hope that to some degree they stay together, even if they make some changes, because I feel like this team has a lot of potential. Not even potential, they're just good. They just have one or two bad performances. It's fine, but they're a really good team.
Agreed. And with that, we are going to go ahead and throw.
We have another game.
Yeah, we got another game. I was about to say, we're going to go to a short break because we have another game. Do you know what the second opponent of that game was? Because I think we were live for our first series when it was still going.
It's Into the Breach versus Spider Pigs that will be casting next on this very channel. So if you want to stay tuned for some of the more lower brackets matches. I know that you guys want to watch Team Nigma OG or Tundra Esports Liquid, but here it's a fight to the death. It's the last time you get to see these teams. So if you're at all a fan of these teams, particularly of ITB and of Spider Pigs, I do recommend you come and watch that, as it might just be another last performances in these TI close qualifiers.
Absolutely. Will it be coming home or will it be going home for ITV? We're going to have to find out here, as we're going to be going to a break when we're back. The second elimination match here on BTS 4.